Wait, I need to make sure the sound is working before we even do anything else, okay? Because that right there, that glitch right there, where it didn't even no, no, no. So we're going to check. We're going to check and see if it's actually working. Okay, it's working on Twitch. I need YouTube to reload and it won't. Okay. All right. Okay. So both are working. My phone is at like 17%. Um, I'm gonna turn that down because I think on the YouTube side the music is just a tad bit too loud. Welcome in, welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat. So we had to restart the live because I guess there was some sound um, malfunctions, right? So had to get that sorted out. Now we're back. So we already drawn two cards already, and I still wanted to touch on this energy here because I feel like it's still important for the collective, right? With our mirror guardian, take time to reflect. Spirit, your ancestors are asking you to take the time to take a step back, right? You're somebody who's always on the go, 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 right? And Spirit said it's okay to take a step back and admire your accomplishments. Take a step back and be astonished by the amount of growth that you have grown, right? Like you need to take the time to really reflect here, right? On the things you've been through or the things you're going through, right? Take that time to really let it sink in, okay? Especially if you've been having blessings back to back to back, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that windfall effect, right? You need to just take it all in, right? Be in the present moment. Just stop to smell the roses, okay? With the white witch here, be the light. This is what we're telling you. This was giving you knowledge and wisdom with the owl here, as well as we see all the herbalism, all the greenery in this photo as well. So you could be needing to get into herbalism, right? Okay. So I wanted to go into those two cards. Um, because that's the cards we drew before I knew that the mic and stuff wasn't working. Okay, so hopefully it's working now. I hope there isn't any mic issues going on. You can let me know if there is a mic issue so that I can try to fix that. Okay. All right, so we're gonna re-pray into the cards and get this reading started all over again. Okay, all right. Um, where's my? I call upon our great divine, our most high, our divine ancestors, and our divine spirit guides to give us the divinely accurate messages that each and every soul needs to hear today. Not what they want to hear, spirit, but what they need to hear in order to grow, learn, and evolve along their journeys. Please allow me to deliver these messages in a divinely eloquent manner that allows for each and every soul to understand and interpret the messages that are needed to be in accordance with your will for their destiny timeline. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And so it is. Ashe. What's up, spirit? Okay. All right, you guys, we're back into this reading. So I just wanted to do those two cards because I feel like, we was already in that flow, that vibe. If they come back out, they come back out, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to make sure whoever that message was for still got it, okay? Everyone needs to know that they need to take a step back right now and enjoy your peace, Spirit said. Look, I said enjoy your peace. We have the lady card, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. And then what do we say? That last card was about looking in the reflection, taking the time to reflect, right? So admiring how much growth you've made regardless of time, right? But taking that step back to really enjoy this and reap the rewards. Enjoy your peace, right? Unlock the magic within, okay? Stay true to your power. Reclaim your power, right? We already know the collective got that magic, okay? Super abilities. Might call you psychic. Yes. Trust and thrive with the stag here. Your ancestors might show up as deers. Okay. Even eagles here. Okay, so if you're a spirit animal, it's deers or eagles, right? This message is definitely for you here. They're telling you to trust. Right? And see from a higher perspective. Soar. What do you want to say about soar, spirit? You're gonna soar so high that you never have to swoop down to your haters' level. So, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely like not even just their level, but their energetic vibe. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to swoop down to where they're at. Just because, even when there's a lot going on, right? You can still make the best out of every situation. Welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat below. Yeah. Unleash the wild within. Be unapologetically yourself. Okay, your most authentic self, right? Do not shrink down to anybody else's level, right? Do not become a vibratory match for anyone else's BS, right? Because you are this high vibrational divine light child, divine light soldier. this being who's made to create change here on this planet. Okay? And you do not have to minimize yourself to try to fit in anybody else's box. Okay? Ooh, that wild thing, spirits. Oh my god. And take notes on intuitive messages, okay? Take notes, okay? Take notes on your dreams from you, okay? Take notes with the downloads that you're getting, with the intuitive feelings that you're getting about people, about places, about things, right? About events, past, future, present, right? Take note of everything, okay? Write it down. When the Lord gives you a sign, you write it down, okay? The high priest, because you are the high priestess and the wise one. Grow within your current situation. Harness mystic power. This is definitely on some alchemy, right? Grow within your current situation so you can use this. Oh my goodness, look at it. Okay, boom. We got another owl popping up. Knowledge and wisdom. Your ancestors and your spirit guides are giving you knowledge at this time. They are giving you the wisdom that you need to create a better situation out of the one that you are facing right now. Okay, with high priestess, you can take this energy, you can harness this energy, you can alchemize this energy. Okay, everything that's being directed towards you, everything that's coming into your life because of alignment, everything you're able to co-create the universe, the life that you want on this planet. Okay, you can grow literally with the wise ones. You might have a granny on your ancestral team here with this older lady in the picture, right? A granny looking out for you, or a grandparent looking out for you. Okay, on the other side, definitely I like how this is the Egyptian energy here, and this is what I'm saying. You guys need to learn about alchemy. Okay. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Today's gonna be a short live today, guys. Just trying to get the messages that the good Lord has from the ancestors out to y'all. Anything else? Your ancestors want you to enjoy success and your happiness, right? They want you to live in this dharma. They want you to take every opportunity to shine, every opportunity to love your life, every opportunity to be in this light, loving energy of success and happiness, you know? So, yeah, definitely take the time to reflect, okay? Take the time to really appreciate and be grateful for this life, okay? And for everything that is coming in and that is due to you. Go on mute for a second. Okay, guys. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna get into our next deck. Okay. Let's see what else. The good Lord has for us today. Welcome in. Welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat. We're gonna get into our Moonology Oracle deck. Okay. All right. This card comes out again. We will take it. Your hard work is paying off with the new moon in Capricorn. It's that Eight of Pentacle energy vibe here, right? You've been working hard to achieve, to pull in, to manifest, okay, what it is that you are looking to manifest here into your life. And this has been paying off. This has been working, okay? Depending on how big this is, depending on how intricate this is, right? This is very elaborate, okay? It's of course going to take more time than something small, right? Like people try to manifest a lot of money and honey, if you ain't got a source, remember it has to be logistical, okay? And it has to make sure that there's something, a sustaining force, you know what I'm saying? So you cannot manifest to be a millionaire, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't got no residual income. You ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? You only got one source of income. You don't have no business. You don't have nothing to help you to get to become a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? You might win the lottery, okay? But chances are that if you're wanting to go down that route to live a very financially abundant life, right, then you're going to have to build something. You're going to have to create something that is going to help you get there, okay? It has to be practical. Sometimes your plans have to be practical, right? Sometimes they actually have to be something that in this realm, okay, can exist, okay, you can be profitable from, right? It cannot just be something totally random. Yes, your ideas, you can think outside the box for your ideas, but like, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to manifest money out of and having literally nothing for this money to come in, right? Or if you have poor spending habits, you know what I'm saying, then God's gonna send you through some lessons so that you can fix your spending habits, right? So you can learn how to invest and save, and not just spend, not just not just pour your money and your energy into things that you don't need. Okay. Emotions are running high with the super moon. Now's the time to meditate and contemplate before making any big moves, before making any new moves. With the new moon here, right? Okay. You need to make sure that you're taking this in, taking the knowledge and the wisdom that the good Lord and your ancestors and your spirit guides have for you here. Okay. Remember, take notes with all your downloads, all your dreams. Okay. Make sure you're taking notes. I told y'all if this card came back out, we'd take it. Hold your vision. Hi, puppy. Hi. Hold your vision. You are good enough. Okay, with full moon in Virgo, fixed moon. You are good enough with this being full moon. Release perfectionism, release control. All right, Virgos have a tendency to try to nitpick, try to, and you would think they had OCD. Okay, so with the Virgo energy here, just let go of trying to have everything come in a way that you imagine it, and just allow it to unfold the way that God imagines it. Okay, hold the vision. All right, stay steadfast, stay 10 toes down in your faith and your belief. Okay, in your manifestations, you have to feel it, and you have to think it, and in order to believe it, in order to believe it before you see it. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you are staying steadfast to your vision, and remembering that you don't have to be perfect. This doesn't have to come in a perfect way, but it still will unfold in the way that is due to divine timing, which is still going to be perfect, because even if it's imperfect, you know what I'm saying, it is still unfolding the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So don't don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed. Don't allow yourself to get worried or distracted, or just off track from these blessings, right? Because everything is going to unfold exactly how it needs to. Make sure when these blessings are coming in, you are meditating, you are contemplating, especially if it's monetary means, all right, so that you make the right decisions, make the right moves, okay? Because remember, you're trying to play chess, not checkers, okay? Um, I like how we have the Sonic Moon as well. You could take some time for healing, okay? Also, this what's being brought in, okay, could help you heal as well from past situations here, okay? Anything else, Spirit? Let's see, let's see. Yep. I mean, we got the hold your vision card, and with have faith in your dreams with the waxing crescent moon, right? This transformation here with these butterflies, okay. This is coming in, right? And you need to keep having faith, keep pushing out the energy, okay, the emotions, the feelings towards these dreams of yours, okay. Keep pushing out loving and thoughtful energies towards it, so that this can manifest the way it's supposed to, okay. Right, don't stop believing. All right, hold on to the feeling already, because that's the song you just came through. And kid you not, I was literally listening to that song before this, and I was like, that song is so catchy, but it's like it also goes into the reading, right? It's like no coincidence that I heard that song before I came live, right? Like, don't stop believing, okay? So if you know that song, you know that song. But if you don't know that song, definitely go listen to it, okay? Because you need to hold on to the feeling. All right, bro was trying to tell y'all how to manifest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. He was trying to tell y'all how to manifest. Any last thoughts, Spirit? Any last thoughts? We'll call it a day on this reading. Arada. That's the last card. Believe in the impossible. That's our last card for the day, guys. Believe in the impossible with the blue moon. Okay. Once every blue moon, right? This is gonna be your blue moon. Okay. It's gonna feel like these kind of blessings don't always roll around, but for you, they're right on time. Okay, scheduled for your divine plan with a date on it. Okay. So seriously, guys, don't stop believing. All right, keep manifesting. Let go of control. Okay, allow everything to be what it is. All right, manifest, alchemize the energies. Trying to reach out to really understand what alchemization is. Okay, energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed. We all have the ability to transform energy. Alrighty, so I want you to be able to get in the habit of learning how to transform the energy around you, inside of you, okay, directed at you. All right, I want you to be able to learn how to handle those types of situations, because not everybody knows that you can handle those types of situations pretty easily. I mean, um, what was it? Last night I had a dream. It was honestly a pretty wild dream, because we like got into this car, right? We got into this car. It was like me and like maybe like four or five other people, but we had got into the car, and what was it? We were in the back of the car. What was weird was that it looked like there was a door, right? And then there was like this other space, and we were like being pushed into it, and I was like, whoa, wait, why is it getting so far away? And I was like, wait a second. I tried to go back, like out of the car, like, you know what I'm saying? And we get like pushed into this room, and now we're like closed in. And I'm like, huh? So then we're looking for like ways out of this place. I guess it's escape room 101 time now. So we're looking for exits out of this weird place. And um we thought this one route was an exit. Guy goes through it, it closes behind, not an exit. Okay, not an exit. So we were like, oh, okay. Then it's just me and these like two girls, and I'm like, okay, well, there's another exit over there. So then, one of the girls tried to go down the exit. Uh, we were like, is there, hello? And we tried to go follow after her. No exit. I was like, huh? Well, I was like, at this point, I just need to wake up. And the other girl in the dream was like, don't wake up from the dream yet. Wait, wait. And I was like, what do you mean, don't wake up yet? I was like, why are you telling me not to wake up yet? What? So then that's when I see somebody like at the top of these stairs, and I'm like, oh my god, I think that might be another exit. And then I have my tiny dog in my hand, and then I don't know what the other thing was, a bag or something. I had that in my hand. I'm just holding both of them, and this is why we were late to getting down that other tunnel that the girl went down. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'm holding on to these things, and the other girl that told me to stay in the dream was like, you don't need all of that. Like, just leave it. And I'm like, no, we take it all. We're going down there. It was sealed. We were like, like, I could low-key wake up, you know what I'm saying? I could just wake up, And it was like, they were like, no, don't wake up, right? So then when we see that person, I'm like, okay, let's go there, Then a big dog, a Rottweiler, okay, starts charging into the room. And I'm like, where the heck did this Rottweiler come from? Yo, right? But then it like clicked to me, and it was like, if you found like a room to escape in, like it was saying that you gave in to like a sickness. You know what I'm saying? Like you were giving in to a sickness. Like you weren't fighting anymore to hold something off, right? And I was saying this in the dream, and the person was like, ding ding ding, you got it. And I was like, whoa, oh, what are we doing here? What do you mean? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, then me and the, Rottweiler just going at it. My tiny little Yorkie is over there getting the Rottweiler in its face, and I'm over there choking the Rottweiler. I'm like, I'm not going down without a So no actual animals were hurt in the process. Okay, this is just a dream. I wasn't going down without a fight. My little tiny Yorkie wasn't going down without a fight either. He was on that Rottweiler's face, man, just like you know what I'm saying. And I'm just over here like, go down, go down, because it was like I'm not, and then I woke up. Well, I thought I woke up. Let me put it like that. I thought I woke up. Okay, because then when I woke up, I was laying down and literally, okay, so it's snowing where I'm at, right? Like it's snow on the ground. It's just straight up snow on the ground, right? And when I awake, right, I'm literally outside in the snow with a few other people. Like these are basically the people that was just in the previous part. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wait a second, we all fell asleep in the outside in the snow. Then that's when I realized it was another dream. You know what I'm saying? But it was like we had to try to like get inside and everything. But I was like, oh hecky no, somebody tried to get me sick. Nope. Because I was like, I didn't even go outside or nothing like that. So I'm like, nah. Right. So when I woke up, I took some medicine because I was like, I gotta protect myself physically and spiritually. So like that. But anywho, the moral of the story with that, it was that made me keep an awareness of like what's going on with my body. If I feel anything within my body, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna pull that energy out, okay? Because I'm going to separate the energy. This is some master alchemist stuff I'm teaching y'all. Okay, you're going to take the energy, all right, outside of your body. So you're separating energies. Now you have to understand your own energy to be able to separate and pinpoint a specific energy, right, that is within your body. Okay, so you're gonna pull that out, separate them. Now it's two separate energies: your complete energy, your whole energy. Then you're gonna have the energy that you pulled out, right? The energy of sickness, the energy of any bacteria trying to harm your immune system, right? Any of those, that energy, low vibrational energies that sickness holds. Okay, you're gonna pull that out, out of yourself. You're gonna hold it in your hand. Okay, I'm a very visual person, so I will tell you to hold it in your hand, right? So you're gonna hold it in your hand. You're going to feel that energy in your hand. Okay, so when you're not used to this is why I'm letting you know you're gonna feel the energy in your hand. Okay, it's gonna feel like it has like a little you know how magnets work, right? So it's gonna feel like it's doing that magnet thing when you point them at each other and they kind of rub off each other, right? So it's gonna feel like that when you're touching energy. The more you get used to doing that, the less you have to think about it, right? We want this to become second nature, okay? So you're going to take that energy in your hand, right? And you're going to converge it. I like to do, when I converge energy, I go like this, like I am twisting it, because we're converging the energy. We are switching, right? Switching what this energy is intended for, right? So that we're able to put a new intention on it. When I transmute, right, or flipping it from its low vibrational state to its high vibrational state, right, you set your intentions. Okay, the convergence is also, if this isn't your energy that's being directed at you, you are switching it so that it is now your energy, right? Then you transmute the energy, right? And then you set your intentions on it, okay, so that they can help boost your immune system, right? Make your immune system 10 times stronger. Okay, you're going to use that now, and then you're going to take it, and then you're going to eat it. Right? And if you're intuitive like me, you might get confirmation burps when spirit is letting you know that you have integrated that energy into your energy. Okay, so it's different for everybody, but you're gonna know if you integrated the energy based off what spiritual cues your body gives you. Um, Cues, clues, right? Your body gives you, or spirit gives you, to let you know that you did this properly. Okay. Um, if you're clear sentient, clear cognizance, clear audience, okay. I just would not. I mean, even yes, clairvoyant, because if you can see the energies, you know what I'm saying, then it like that does help you to know which ones to alchemize. You know what I'm saying? I just clairvoyancy is not my strongest one. So it's like if you are like clairvoyancy heavy, like yes, I have very strong dreams and premonitions and visions of the future. Yes, but it's not my strongest suit. It's just one of those ones that will take a lot of practice for me if I want to um, fully master it, right? Whereas clairaudient, clairsentient, okay, and claircognizant come to me a lot naturally. So, and I tell you all the time, you can have multiple spiritual gifts. Okay, you can have multiple spiritual gifts now. All right, there's no limit to how many spiritual gifts you can have. Right. Um, I don't know. Telekinesis is not something you can do overnight. Telepathy is not something you can do overnight. Okay, everybody wants to be a sidekick but don't want to put in the work. All right, you got to put in the work. It's like a muscle. You ain't gonna get all buff and stuff out here and spiritually strong and stuff if you don't train your muscles, if you don't train that cognitive part of your brain. You know what I'm saying? And it is a muscle in your brain that you have to train in order to use your psychic abilities. Okay, but I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. All right, I will spend the rest of my life. Okay, so as a neuroscientist, so that I can show you what parts of the brain. Okay, alrighty, because science Matrix Society loves their actual proof. Okay, it's called verificationist. Verificationist, right? I am not a verificationist. Um, the other one is a falsificationist. So basically, you don't need positive results in order to believe in a topic for the falsificationist, right? So verificationists, they will only accept knowledge and wisdom that has positive experimentation results, right? Um, but they will denounce anything that doesn't have like positive results that deny it, right? It doesn't have positive results to deny it, but it also doesn't have positive results to imply it's true, right? So, me on the other hand, if it doesn't have any evidence, right, there's still no evidence to prove that it's not true. It is true until proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be true until proven that it isn't proven. You know what I'm saying? So that is why we gotta do the scientific route. Okay. I don't like when this happens, but it is what it is. At this point, yes. I have so many crystals. I'm probably gonna go on a run for more because I want more bracelets. Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, that's all I really had to say about the spiritual gifts and how you train them. Okay. Alchemy is I would say alchemy isn't something um that necessarily needs to be unlocked, right? I'm not saying that's. alchemy works, I would say more so with anything that is technically psychic. Um, you need to unlock it or have it from birth, right? So there's that. That's the only two things, right? Everybody has a spiritual gift, whether they are aware of it or not. How much karmic debt you hold, right, could be affecting how well that gift works, or if it works at all. You know what I'm saying? Because your karmic debt really can get in the way of your destiny, and being able to use your spiritual gifts. Um, Another thing, or you were born with your spiritual gifts because not because you didn't have a lot of karmic debt, but just because of what you were meant to do here, which required you to need your gifts early on in life. You know what I'm saying? But with indoctrination into the education system and into the uh, it doesn't matter which government you're talking about. Doesn't matter which education system you're talking about in what nation. Okay. Um, the indoctrination system, okay, is basically meant to distract you from your spiritual ties, right? Because ages 1 through 7, sorry, 0 through 7, well, we don't say like that, but ages 1 0 month to a 7 year old, you are the most psychic, like spiritually open to the spiritual realm at that age, right? So noticeably, you will see gifts in children around that age, especially if it deals with psychic abilities. Um, so especially if they're talking about past lives. Okay, if they talk about past lives and they just know certain things. If they talk about they see ghosts, like you need to pay attention to those kind of things because your child is gifted. You know what I'm saying? Your child is gifted, and you have to nurture those gifts so that when they do go into these school systems, when they do see this way the society works, they're not bombarded by all of it and then feel like they have to close that part of themselves off in order to fit in to what society thinks is normal. Okay, so it's a lot. It's a lot, guys. I don't want to get into it all today because I said this was gonna be a short live. So, but I just think I need y'all to keep these things in mind. Okay, I love you guys. All right, we will be back here tomorrow. Okay, I'll see y'all next time. Alrighty. Remember, we speak love, justice, and peace. Y'all have a blessed day. Amen. Peace.